Hey friends, my name is Blossom and I have a vagina. Although not very sexually active, but still functional. Now in my journey of becoming a better version of myself, I'm starting to think more about my Mother Earth, that is, the sinking ship that we're all on because of global warming. I already know right now, I'm a meat eater. I'm probably not gonna give that up just yet. I don't really recycle as much as I should. There's a lot of things going wrong with me that's making my carbon footprint so big. But I'm always interested in learning new ways where I can minimize my carbon footprint. No matter how small the minimizing is, I do this mainly for the people, the polar bears, but most importantly, the penguins. Now as a woman, I grew up using pads, but pads aren't very good for the environment, and plus they're not really good for ourselves. There's a lot of chemicals in them, they're made out of plastic, you cannot recycle them, they're not biodegradable, and most of the times, if not all the time, they end up in landfills. And when they end up in landfills, they create landfill gases that contribute to the global warming. Yes. And I still use them. I was using them for a while. And of course there are other alternatives to using pads like the Diva Cup, but to be frank, the only thing that's going up my vagina is a... So I looked up reusable pads, and when I did so on YouTube, the only women that were using them were white. But you know what? I swallowed my biases. I'm like, I'm doing this for my wallet, doing this for the earth, I'm doing this for my health. And I bought 6 pads, and this is my review on them. So this is a cloth pad. And so how this works is that you put this like a regular pad, you just put it in, you put it on top of your underwear, and then there's a couple of buttons right here, and you just fasten them underneath your underwear. Just pull it up like swoop, and you go about your business like that. At home, every time I go to the bathroom, I bring with me a small little container like this, but this is my food container. I would never put dirty pads in here. So the night before my period starts, I can pretty much feel it coming in the air tonight. Feel it, get it, Phil Collins. Coming, okay. So the night before, I would just use one of these and just put it in my underwear, fasten it, just to prepare. And then the next morning, I get a present from Mother Nature, and she's like, "Congratulations, you're not pregnant. Here's some blood." Then how I remove the dirty pad is that I take it out, and I like to fold it like so. And then you would just get these buttons. I don't think I'm folding this right, by the way. Yeah, I always feel like I'm doing this wrong. So, and then I would just put it in the container. Then I would take a new pad and swamp it on that underwear, and then pull it back up. Actually, no, I would really just take a shower at that point, but that's pretty much how it works when you're changing it. That's what I do when I change. Now I work from home, so I can do this all in the comfort of my home, but when I'm outside, it's a little bit different. I can't carry a container with me, but my pads did come with this bag, and you could either use your clean pads in here to travel around with, or your dirty ones. I wouldn't put both in here, and I put my clean pads in here. For the dirty ones, I get a ratchet little Walmart bag and put the dirty pad in it and wrap it up like that and tie the bag up. I know it's not very cute, but like, hey, I'm reusing the bag. And if you're worried about smell, I forgot to tell you guys that this right here is a very absorbing material that sucks in all the blood and whatnot, so that it doesn't feel like you're sitting in period blood all day like you would a normal pad. And another thing about this pad is the material helps it trap in those odors as well. Going to the gym. One thing I learned about Diva Cups from other girls that lift is that they're not squat proof. They're not squat proof. You can feel it sliding and doing all this. And like I already do a lot of things in public I'm not supposed to do. And I don't want to be adding this to that list. Like, now with reusable pads, unfortunately, it pretty much feels like a regular pad when it comes to going to the gym. You can feel that there is something in between your legs. It's not as noisy as a regular pad, but there's definitely something there. You want to go to the gym with a clean and clear pad that's not really absorbing a lot of fun stuff yet. That I believe helps, especially when you're jumping a lot. You don't have that extra weight on you when you're dumping, and it just feels better and feels cleaner. Like, you're already gonna be sweaty, so might as well make sure that area is pretty not moist, leaking. Growing up with pads, my family always would buy the cheapest ones, and because they were so cheap, there would be a little bit of leaking on the sides of my underwear. Now with these pads, I don't really get leaking like that. I mean, every pad is different in their absorbency and how long you should be wearing that pad. I think mine's about 6 to 8 hours. And then when you go over those couple of hours, then you're more likely to leak through that pad and onto your underwear. But for me, I really do not experience that much leaking unless it's a heavy flow and I just started it and it's overnight. That's probably the only time, and it's really not that bad when it is. And honestly, I could show you, like I could give you proof that there is really little to no leakage with these pads, but I'm about 99.99% sure that there are creeps that watch my videos, and let me just say that it goes up in the DMs. Yeah, let me just say that. So the pros. The pros of using a reusable cloth pad is that you can continue to reuse them so they're better for the environment. There are not as many chemicals as your regular pad, and it saves you money. Like all that money you spend on pads, whether it's in the hundreds or the thousands, you can now use that to, you know, make another impact in the world, such as with starting local and supporting small businesses. I'm sure you guys know that November 30th is Small Business Saturday. And maybe you're not interested in investing in small businesses. You can still invest in yourself, whether that will be with classes or even with mutual funds, real estate, investment trust, index funds. The cons. So the cons are using cloth pads take a little bit more time. So here's how I wash the pads. Because I only have 6, I have to wash them every single day of my period or I'm gonna run out. One way to combat that is to, you know, buy more pads, but I'm just being lazy. So in short, I wash them every day when I'm in the shower. Like I said, I have a container that I put my dirty pads in for that day or whatever. And so every day, once I'm in the shower, I would use that container and take out whatever pads are already in there. And most of the times like 2 or 3. First, I would wet this and then squeeze until the red turns clear. Sprinkle it with some soap, do like this in the shower, and then continue the process. Doing this while I also bathe myself. Kind of like alternating a little bit, but I make sure that my hands and body are clean without any blood or whatnot before I get out of the bathroom. So yeah, it can be a little bit tedious, I understand, but the only way to combat that is to buy more pads. And I'm just being lazy. I honestly need to buy more pads because I don't like doing that all the time. But it's only 1 week out of the month that you do that. So in the event that you can't afford to buy any pads, just wash it with your body. So yeah, the cons would definitely be that there are not a lot of pads that it comes with. I think I bought 6 for about $20 or $30 or whatnot. It didn't come with a lot of pads, and it takes a little bit more time to be a human being when you're on your period. I think that's for everybody, but it takes a little bit more time when you're using reusable pads. I know it's a little bit inconvenient. You can't just take out the pad and throw it away to be in a landfill and increase the global warming. Like, you actually have to be a responsible, good human being and wash it so you can reuse it and reduce your carbon footprint. I know it's so annoying. I've only been using these for a couple of weeks, maybe like 2 weeks. But I like them. I think I'm gonna continue to use them. It's only been 2 weeks, so I can't really tell you the long-term side effects of using reusable cloth pads with barely any chemicals in them. If my uterus just falls out one day and it's tied to the cloth pads, I will definitely make a video and let y'all know that. Thank y'all again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.